So to kind of talk about the music for a bit, I was like, first of all, we tried to get Van Halen running with the devil when Max and I teamed that one time. Mm-hmm. They came back and said, for a one-time use, it's $500,000, which is basically a nice way of saying, go fuck your ass, you know.
Pretty much.
And I was like, if I was the richest man in the world, if I was Tony, I would have said, here's $1 million, give it to us twice. But they were like, and so Frank Sinatra was a lot cheaper. But it was really hard to get because Sinatra, once again, this is Me and My Shadow, this is a big time guy. He didn't write the song, but it's the publishers who own it. Mm-hmm. Okay? So then, even like for Judas, like when I want to use Judas, I can't just use it. Sony, who owns our publishing, has to approve. Mm-hmm. So DMX was the idea, and I thought, well, there's no way. So I asked Mega, who's as Konnan will call her, legal girl, which she's now changed her, the AW legal girl, which she's changed her Instagram too, if you guys saw.
That's awesome. Great.
She kind of does this. That's kind of one of her fortes for the NFL, to get licensing for songs. So I said, well, it's probably a long shot. Thinking about the Van Halen one, because Eddie had just died. They'll probably never use it. And they came back and said, yes, for X, going to give it to you. Mm-hmm. And it was for not Van Halen money, and not Frank Sinatra money, which was $15,000, but somewhere like lower than that, where it was affordable. We can do it. And I even said, like, I'll go halves. Like, let's just get this. Yeah. And this is funny because this is like, and you were having some rough times. Santana was, and I was like, dude, I got a surprise for you. And he goes, what's the surprise? And like I said, we got DMX, and like I thought this is going to be it, like and we were all excited. And I think you were. I think later you said, what's the surprise? I said, I just told you what the surprise was.
Yeah.
Sounds about enough? Right.
Yeah.
So
I could only imagine. He's like, what a prick this guy is. I just gave him like one of the greatest things ever. Yeah. He's still asking what the surprise is? What a jerk.
So then a couple days before, poor Daryl, because Daryl's one of our production managers he's on the field with us during the Stampede. Now you got the guys in the truck, and you got us, and he's the middleman. I remember last year, because he was wearing that stupid mask. I was ready to rip his mask off like at 5 a.m. I'm like, what are you saying? Tell them this, tell them that. What? Make a facial expression, because he's super stoic. He's great at his job.
Yeah.
I'm super emotional. It's like, fuck, God. So he tells me, so I heard that we don't have DMX. I'm like, what are you talking about? So then this domino effect goes to where we were originally given permission, but the family has to sign off on it, and they didn't sign off. Okay. So then I have to break the news, like, oh man, we don't get DMX. So then we're trying to get. What were some of the suggestions?
I was trying to reach out to some of my friends that are part of like Griselda Records, which is like this popular hip hop group now with West Side Gun and Benny the Butcher and Conway the Machine. Then I reached out to my other friend Smoke Dizza. So I was just trying to reach out to all the guys that I knew that are popular and that, have a really big following and stuff like that.
And they enjoy wrestling.
They're they're huge wrestling fans,
right.
so they would have definitely like let it happen. It's funny because I messaged West Side Gun the day before when we were trying to figure things out, and he didn't see the message until, what was it, I think Monday. And then Monday he responds, he's like, I'm so pissed that I missed this message, because he was like, bro, the next time you ever want to use anything, you have my sign off, like any time. So but I was like, next time we'll definitely make something happen.
The thing is, I'm just looking through trying to find some of these names here. So we're looking to try and find anybody with a certain vibe to it. Mm-hmm. And once DMX was out, I was like, what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? And so, because she's like, we were offered Curtis Blow the Breaks, and she goes,
Jesus, that is the most feel good hip hop song.
I didn't even tell you, dude, because she goes, it's similar, iconic. First rap song to ever be certified gold, and number 10 on VH1's list of the 100 greatest hip hop songs of all time. Right? So I said, can they get it to us for sure? Then I listened to it and I go, this thing is way too happy. It sucks. Needs to be dirtier and vibe. And then she came up with a couple others, and God bless her, she was working hard trying to get something, and we just couldn't get anybody. And I was like, my hip hop knowledge is limited, so I was asking you guys. I had Eddie Kingston come in. I know he's from the streets. Can you give us? And a lot of his ideas were the same as yours, and we just couldn't find anything. So then I asked Mikey Ruckus, who is a guy that's come through for us a couple times. Can you make something like? Can you make X Go and Give It to You, but just not where we're gonna get sued? And
like a
came
remix
with
almost.
He came back with one. It was, and Mega just said you got to change the horns or whatever. Like, and he came up with one that was pretty
close.
Good. Pretty
and it was close. Yeah. When you sent it to me, I was like, did they use the same beat? Like, because it sounded exactly the same.
And he
which
got
is
some
awesome.
guys from Atlanta, some rappers from Atlanta that came in and listen, this Mikey Ruckus, he's an unsung hero because I was like, dude, you got how much time? I said you got 24 hours. Find some rappers and do it. So he really did, and it came through in the clutch for us. So I'm just trying to find the rapper's name. Omega Sparks and Doe the Paperboy from Atlanta laid down a great rap for us.